So, it's my pleasure to introduce today's guest speaker, CA, having more than 20 years of experience working across India and global with young, energetic wives, Mr. Pankaj Dhingra. He held senior financial position in various multinational organizations across sectors such as management consulting, ITs, financial services, and FMCG. He is co-founding and serving as the director at FinTram Global, working as the global financial director at the Boston Consulting Group, holding the position of director finance controller for Asia ex-Japan at BlackRock, serving as an associate vice president and global finance controller at Wipro BPO. So I request Mr. Pankaj Dhingra to give his 20 years of expertise to grow our business in coming 20 years. Mr. Pankaj Dhingra.
Thank you, ma'am. I don't know how much I'll be able to do justice to the need, but I can give you a capsule, of my life in terms of what I did the way I did. So thoda sa flashback mein chalte hain, and I know guys, I do not have any presentation. When this thing came up, I was like, it's gonna be a candid chat. Hum bahut sari baatein karenge and let's learn from each other. It's not gonna be one way. Let's learn from each other in terms of what we guys are doing and what is best in terms of in what we are. So just to give you the color and perspective, guys, I come from a background wherein it's a service class background, bada secured income hona, secured chalna, and apni chadar ke andar hi apne paँव रखना and so on and so forth, and that's how the life started. But and I'm more giving you a color in terms of why I am the way I am. हमारे कॉलोनी में ना एक घर होता था, and that was the only घर जो बहुत बड़ा था, as in पूरा बना हुआ था. And the gentleman who used to live over there had a silver color Maruti 800. And I'm telling you guys, it was 1992, 93. जहाँ पे मारुति होना was big deal. Maruti 800 होना was a big deal. अभी तो BMW भी छोटा लगता है, to people. And that point in time, one of the things that I always used to ask my mom कि वहाँ पे कार है, हमारे घर में कार नहीं है. What is that these guys do? And क्लास 10th 11th में जब आप पूछते हो तो आपको फटाक से आंसर आपके माता पिता से ऐसे मिलता है कि अच्छा तू भी करके दिखा. तो शी सेड दैट ही इज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, तुम भी बन के दिखाओ, तुम्हें भी कार मिलेगा. सो दैट्स हाउ इट गॉट इनटू माय ब्लड कि मुझे ना कुछ ऐसा करना है, मुझे ऐसा कुछ करना है कि मैं कार ले सकूं. So that's how my journey for CA really kick-started. It really got into my blood that I have to do something to be like Mr. Sudhir. His name was Sudhir Jain, and I still remember his name because he's my unseen mentor in my life, because he motivated me to do the chartered accountancy. So that's how it started. I was pretty average student till class 11th, but 12th में वो समझ में आ गया था कि बॉस अगर पढ़ाई नहीं करी तो आई विल बी राइटिंग अ बैंक पीओ एग्जाम व्हिच माय डैड वांट्स. सो इफ आई हैव टू डू समथिंग डिफरेंट देन यही मौका है. सो फाइनली पढ़ाई करी, गॉट इनटू कॉलेज इन दिल्ली, बीकॉम ऑनर्स शुरू किया एंड डिड माय स्टार्टेड माय चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी. अब वही when you have some fire in your belly in terms of doing something, because वो मारुति 800 मेरे पास पिक्चर में क्लिक थी कि मुझे करना है, मुझे लेनी है. So started off with chartered accountancy and finished my CA in of course in first attempt, and by the time even my articleship was not over that point in time, CA बन चुका था, and rest is history. The moment I cleared CA, since you are coming from a service family, you never want to do a service. That's I don't know, but God has made us like this कि जो हमें मिला होता है ना, हमें वो अच्छा नहीं लग रहा होता है. So I come from a family जो service class में है, and I was like नहीं यार, service नहीं करना, business करना है, something to do, कुछ बड़ा करना. 2000 में somehow CA the 99 2000 CA का इतना strong market नहीं था from the standpoint of practice and all of that, because practice अब प्रैक्टिस आप शुरू करते हो तो देयर इज अ स्ट्रगल बिकॉज वो इनिशियल 2-3 साल का स्ट्रगल होता है. इनिशियल 2-3 साल यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू मेक मनी एंड यू हैव टू इन्वेस्ट योर टाइम एंड सो ऑन सो फोर्थ. सो शुरू किया, साल 1.5 साल लगाया एंड देन फाइनली रियलाइज कि नहीं बॉस, ये तो पैसा ही नहीं बन रहा है, तो बहुत टाइम होने लगने वाला है इसमें, तो इट्स नॉट गोना बी वर्किंग लाइक दिस. And you of course Maruti 800 is still in your dreams, so they will not let you sleep, right? Started applying for jobs, and then uh, I got the first start that I got was with Cargill Foods. Cargill, again, one of the largest private sector FMCG company. Nature Fresh ka atta, agar if you guys have heard, Cargill Food is known somehow by that. So got a jump start in Cargill Foods. Quickly joined them, and salary jo bhi thi, not to quote on that, but it was something that I could get. In practice, I was not getting anything. And then, of course, started off Cargill Foods, stayed there for like a couple of years. Then Wipro was hiring people to join their audit team. And, I got interviewed by them, finally got selected, joined Wipro, and then, was part of Spectramind for a long time, because Wipro acquired Spectramind, Raman Roy's company, that point in time, the erstwhile BPO, right? These guys are veterans in setting up the KPOs and the BPOs in India. So was being sent, from the Wipro side to the Spectramind in terms of, their representative, the Wipro's representative, because they effectively, purchased the entire Spectramind. That's where my professional journey effectively kickstarted, because that's how I stepped into finance of a corporate, handling the entire show. So did accounting, reporting, financial planning and analysis, pricing, the business side of it, and then finally became their financial controller. Stayed there for almost a decade or so. And then, during that stint, one thing that I realized was that, gone is the time wherein you can stay with an Indian qualification. You certainly need to have some international qualification onto yourself if you continue to survive and thrive and, of course, grow and rest, rest is history. So finally decided of doing US CPA, went to US, did my CPA from there, and moved on into the Wipro also, onto the reporting side. So US GAAP reporting, compliances, SEC reporting, all that these guys do, because that point in time Wipro was getting listed in US. So, that's again an advantage that you get, because when you're listed in US, you need people who can really manage the compliances and the reporting and all of that. We did what we did, and then finally BlackRock came into picture. BlackRock was setting up their center in Asia Pac, so they wanted somebody to really join them and head their finance and help them in terms of setting up their shared services, including their finance as a function. So joined them as the global finance director for their finance, and manage their entire finance, not only for India but for Asia ex Japan. Japan was the only region which was not under me because of the language, but other than that, everything was being was managed by us, shuttling between India and Hong Kong, like 15 days in Hong Kong, 15 days in India, and so on and so forth. Life was very good, everything was hunky-dory, and things were really nice. And down the line, travel started killing, because it is very difficult to face the ongoing struggle with your wife if you're not there in India for 15 days and your kids are growing and you're not even there for the kids' admission in the school when you were required, and so on and so forth. So finally decided ki boss both ho gaya. We have to shift the gears and find something out here. We can't be like shuttling around the world. Finally joined Boston Consulting. I was the head of finance for BCG for a long time. But irony of of the life is that what you don't want, you keep getting that. I didn't want it to travel. BCG was even more into it. Initially for a year or so I was stationed in Delhi, but then my US trips were like on ongoing basis. That was again a problem. Again, travel was like on the cards all throughout. Stayed there for like many years, and then finally decided ki boss both ho gaya. Ab now is enough. We have to do something. But and I can tell you this, coming from the corporate side of it, people who are doing the business, they always want to get into a job, for one or the other reason. Not saying everyone, but many of them. People who are on the corporate side, they always think of getting into and doing something, even smaller one for their own self. They don't want to stay in a job for a longer period of time. That kick is always there in all of us in some way or the other. We all have that in our mind for whatever reason. I had that, and again, stemming from the fact that I always wanted to do something on my own, but I didn't, had an opportunity at that point in time. But there is a stage in your life, right, that you have earned so much कि ठीक है, अब ऐसा लगता है कि आप कुछ और कर लेते हैं. अब यहाँ से कुछ और होगा तो सिर्फ FDs और ऐसे होने वाला है. It is not to do with your own living. Let's do something different, something more, and so on and so forth. And then I met one of your colleague, right? One of your esteemed colleague now. I met Mr. Krishan Mishra in one of the forums. And this fire, since it was anyways there, that I had to do something. We had a candid chat that and that my wife is doing something, and can you help? And he was with one of the organizations at that point in time. So the discussion started, and I never knew that there can be somebody coming from the entrepreneurship world in a job who would motivate me even more to get into an entrepreneurship as we go forward. So of course, we had a discussion. Edge was, the fire was anyways there, and that we have to do something. And it went on to the stage that I finally ended up leaving BCG and started my own venture. Knowing that, and coming from the consulting world, coming from the financial services world, so started from, let's say, FMCG, moved on to ITS, then moved on to financial services, then moved on to consulting. On the consulting side, one thing that was very clear, and and consulting, considering that we have worked even with regulators and also with various, I would say, corporates. One thing that was really there was that I always wanted to get into the areas wherein there is a huge concentration coming not only from the regulator side but also from the people side. And there were three clear-cut areas that were really coming. One is skill, one is education, and one is healthcare. Considering my background, one thing that would have gone really well was skill and education, and that's how I went into and started off the field, started off my organization in this field, wherein FinTram Global, the organization that I started off, is particularly thriving and delivering in the field of education and skills. So that's how we started. That's how this journey really turned the tables, and of course we did what we did. And I would say kudos and many thanks to Krishan for really supporting in the initial days, because he has been, I can tell you, come what may, he has been my mentor in terms of doing what I did in when my internship journey really started. So I can say that somewhere credit goes to EDIAA, because the traits and the guidance really comes from your organization, and of course rest is the history now. So that's how I would say we shifted the gears. If I really talk on the organization that I really support, that I really work for, FinTram Global is an organization which is primarily dedicated to the learning aspect of the professionals. We work with various organizations. We work with very big and multinational organizations who are delivering various professional courses in India, whether it is USCPA, whether it is ACCA, whether it is CFP, whether it is, for that matter, CMA, and so on and so forth. So we're working with all of the organizations, and of course, partnering with various business schools. In fact, we are also partnering with EDII for curating various programs. We have already created a program with EDII, and very soon you would see that coming up to picture. And there is a huge appeal to all of the alumni to also know about that program and disseminate that, because we are coming up with an 11-month program wherein the management piece is being delivered by EDI, and we have coupled it up with the international qualification, which is CPA. So a dual qualification is coming up to a student in 11 months of time. We've done this with various organizations, including some of the names like XLRI, or Loyola for that matter, and the name really goes on, as in the list goes on. So that's pretty much what we do, and that's pretty much what I'm into. And we'll be happy to have any questions, anything that really comes up to your mind in this regard. That's pretty much about the brief about myself, if that helps.
This session is open for question answer. If anyone has any questions or someone wants to know something, please go ahead. Or just raise your hand so I can unmute.
If, am I allowed to ask?
Go ahead, Akshay.
Hi, sir. So, good evening, sir. Sir, so we have seen that you have been to many nations, right? And the business culture there and the entrepreneurial spirit in those countries is quite different from India. Indian startup ecosystem has taken off in the past few years, whereas you must have seen a lot in those countries. So, could you please share those entrepreneurial insights from those countries with our alumni?
See, okay, I'll give an example to that. Actually, I think you got a very, very relevant point, which is very close to my heart, and I can tell you, why it is the way it is. I was in Boston, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the MIT. We were to present in MIT, one of the event, as in there was an event wherein many of the freshers who are doing the entrepreneurship with them in terms of, the things that they were really having as a startup for them, we were there to present them, or we wanted to be there to really talk on various things that BCG was doing and how can we help those entrepreneurs do what they can do. My boss was to go there for that meeting, and somehow he had something and he was not able to, so he finally said that I can't go, so Pankaj, you really go there and and talk on this. So that was the first opportunity that I got for being in MIT and talk to those budding entrepreneurs in terms of what they were doing. I can tell you some of the ideas that they really brought on the table, and I'm talking about the first year MIT students, not like the ones who are like done what they've done. The ideas what they had at that point in time, and the way they were like bang on in terms of the delivery model, in terms of the thought processes that they had, is astonishing. And there was very less, I would say, or I would say minimal number of people who were like really fresher over there. Most of them, seemingly, if I really compare them to the Indian context, at least at that point in time, and I'm talking like 7-8 years back, they were like far better than what we guys somewhere had that point in time. Because if I've been to IIM or I've been to IIT or to XLRI, there is a big difference. And one of the reason is that the studies that we do in these countries, let's say in US or UK for that matter, is more experiential learning as compared to what we do is more theoretical based learning. So जो पढ़ाई होती है ना, जो हमें पढ़ाया जाता है और जो वहां पढ़ाया जाता है, उसका एक बेसिक डिफरेंस है. And that's where organizations like EDIAA are doing wonders in terms of adding those traits onto yourself. कि अब हम ना बुक से बाहर आते हैं और हम सीखते हैं कि एक एंटरप्रेन्योर को क्या चाहिए, कहाँ से वो शुरू होगा, क्या क्या उसको करना होगा और कैसे वो वहां पहुंच सकता है. क्योंकि अगर मैं इंटरनेशनल कॉन्टेक्स्ट की बात करूं तो उन लोगों का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन बहुत ज्यादा कंटेंट पे होता ही नहीं है. दे आर लाइक always they boundaryless in terms of their thought process, and that is where you would see many of the CFOs, even CFOs and the controllers in various international organizations are not from the finance background. वो लोग साइंस बैकग्राउंड से भी होंगे, वो लोग आर्ट्स बैकग्राउंड से भी होंगे, और वो CFO भी होंगे, CEO भी होंगे, एंड सो फोर्थ, बिकॉज वो ट्रेट लेके आ रहे हैं, वो क्वालिफिकेशन लेके नहीं आ रहे. एंड ओवर देयर ट्रेट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट देन क्वालिफिकेशन. यहाँ पे हमारे यहाँ ना क्वालिफिकेशन सुपरसीड कर जाता है ट्रेड को इनिशियली, एंड देन द ट्रेड रियली कम्स अप.
Very nice. Reality.
तो अब वो चेंज आ रहा है, ऐसा नहीं है वो चेंज नहीं आ रहा है। अब आज की डेट में अगर आप बात करो तो आज की डेट में आपको बहुत सारी ऐसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मिलेंगी जहाँ जहाँ डिस्कशन ही ट्रेड्स पे होता है। क्वालिफिकेशन में बात करेंगे, बाद में करेंगे, बट अभी ट्रेड पे बात करते हैं, कंटेंट पे बात करते हैं। I think that's what I really felt that was different. But I can tell you, and I have met so many bright folks, in terms of doing what they have been doing. I'm sure, many of us are already into it. बहुत सारी चीजें चेंज हो रही हैं यहाँ पे भी। अब वो टाइम नहीं रहा जो विच यूज्ड टू बी अर्लियर। अब यहाँ पे भी वो रिगर भी है, वो गट्स भी हैं, वो रिस्क टेकिंग एबिलिटीज भी हैं, एंड सो ऑन सो, और सक्सेसेस भी हैं। ऐसा नहीं है वो सक्सेस नहीं है, सक्सेस भी बहुत देखने को मिलती है।
Thank you so much, sir.
Rahul Butts want to ask.
Greeting Pankaj sir, greeting seniors. I'm just a pass out like 24th batch. And Pankaj sir, as you said, you are working in experiential learning. Actually, I'm working on experiential learning only, but entrepreneurship journey from opportunity mapping to pitching. And finance is actually a very important part of it. But I am converting that in a form of a gamification for experiential learning. So we were having this gap, like we had one matrix, what we used to have in campus, that was simulation. But no one has mapped till now what we have figured out from opportunity mapping till pitching in a form of a gamified way. So what's your say on this? How people will take up this, or how much this will be beneficial in the term of experiential learning?
मैं ना राहुल आपको एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट देता हूँ इसके ऊपर। हम लोगों ने ना 2000 when was that? I think 2015-16 में, when I was part of BlackRock, BlackRock is very much into this in terms of gamifying things, because one of the biggest aspect that we live and drive and thrive is that when we go to the client, we really want to show a very different way of managing the asset. So we really gamified the entire asset management process, which was taken, I would say very, very much, positively by all of our clients. And of course, to whosoever we met in the forums we were part of. The only challenge I saw was that, and I'm more talking from that perspective. I don't know what you have done. Maybe, we can talk more in details on that. But the only challenge I really felt that point in time was that most of these things now were becoming very monotonous and repeated. So many of these gamification areas are repeated ones.
Yes,
which,
sir. Like I solved this challenge though.
Agreed. I'm just sharing my thoughts in terms of what I really felt that point in time. Abhi to things would have changed and aapne bahut kuch kiya hoga, and we should certainly connect also on this, in terms of things that you've done. But उस समय मैंने जो चीजें देखी ना, वो शायद it was more on the ground की गेमिफाई एक चीज कर दी, 2 चीज कर दी, 3 चीज कर दी, अब उसके बाद क्या? जो प्रॉब्लम सिर्फ इस प्रोसेस का ना सिर्फ ये रहता है कि हमारे पास ना कोई विजिबल आउटपुट नहीं आता है राहुल। और वो ना आने से ना, वो शायद मुझे ऐसा महसूस हुआ कि हम लोग उस प्रोसेस को या प्रोजेक्ट को ना बहुत आगे नहीं ले जा सके। अब I don't know, things would have changed by now, but the only challenge I've seen that point in time was this कि मेरे पास कोई tangible output नहीं आ रहा था उसका। अगर हम उसको किसी शेप में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं तो I think it is absolutely good.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have worked on all these. I will connect to you on a personal level then.
Yes, we should.
Thank you, sir.
If I can help you on anything, we'll be more than happy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so do we have anyone asking, or should I go ahead?
अरे रंजीत जी ने भी ज्वाइन किया। रंजीत जी प्रणाम।
अरे सर,
Ranjit ji,
how are you?
He's also helping us, guys, just for you to know, he's also helping us on various aspects. In fact, he's also helping our firm and a very dedicated entrepreneur, I must say, and he's been supporting us. So thank you very much, Ranjit ji, for all the support. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pankaj. Thanks for giving your time
Most welcome,
for
sir.
our association. Thank you.
Akshay, please go ahead. Sorry, I stopped you in between.
Sir, so actually the theme that we have is Vision of Viksit Bharat at their 2047. So from your experiences about all these countries and on the economy and the policy changes, since the group that we have today are entrepreneurs, family business clients, and social entrepreneurs. So what would be like your view on the opportunities that may come up where we can pounce on as and get that first mover advantage? What are the industries and what are the sectors?
देखो, मैं ना ये ना बड़ा एक बहुत ही ब्रॉड क्वेश्चन हो जाता है अक्षय, जिसका एक्चुअली में ना everyone would give a very different answer, because you only know what you know, right? As in, not everyone can know everything in terms of the content. But one thing I can tell you, and coming from the consulting background, one thing that we have been strongly recommending to all of our clients, and which is somewhat very similar to the themes that we have observed, is that one thing that is certainly going to be taking away or taking things forward is that all of us, and I can tell you all of us, have to learn the technology. हम जितना मर्जी कह लें कि हमने तो ये कर लिया, वो कर लिया, टेक्नोलॉजी हमें हमारे बिजनेस में तो अप्लाई नहीं होगी, हमें क्या करना है, हम तो ये करते हैं, इसमें तो इतना इम्पैक्ट ही नहीं है टेक्नोलॉजी का, हम जो मर्जी कह लें, हमें टेक्नोलॉजी हर एस्पेक्ट में टच कर रही है। चाहे वो पेमेंट लेना हो, चाहे वो पेमेंट देना हो, चाहे वो आपका गुड्स डिलीवर करना हो, लेना हो, रॉ मटेरियल की सप्लाई हो, सप्लाई चेन हो, प्रोसेसेस हो, चाहे वो आपकी रिक्रूटमेंट हो, चाहे वो आपका फाइनेंस हो, आप कोई भी फील्ड ले लो, आपको टेक्नोलॉजी टच कर रही है इन सम शेप ऑफ फॉर्मेट। एंड आई कैन टेल यू, कॉर्पोरेट में रहते हुए ना हम लोगों को एक बहुत बुरी आदत हो जाती थी। एंड आई वांट टू शो यू वन थिंग गाइस, I was scanning something, and मुझे एक बड़ा अच्छा ना एक फोटो मिला जो मुझे, which was, I thought it was very relevant to me right now. If I can really bring it out here. Can you guys see my screen by any chance? Okay. So this actually resonate with me, right? Very well, that हम लोग सब ना इसी दौड़ में हैं, in some way or the other, that we may call ourselves to be a co-founder, founder, CEO, CMO, CPO, whatever you want to use, you can use that there. But at the end of the day, now all of us are running to making sure that things are not getting break, and there is a big time element of technology that is really outplaying us, out of all of us. I'm in education, I'm in learning. I deal with technological issues on day in and day out basis. मुझे आउटप्ले करती है रोज टेक्नोलॉजी में कुछ ना कुछ। एंड कॉर्पोरेट में रहते हुए ना हमें आदत होती है, कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम होती है ना तो एक फोन मिलाया, उसको बुलाया और रिजॉल्व करवा लिया। वी आर नॉट रियली बॉदर्ड टू लर्न टेक्नोलॉजी। मेरे में सबसे बड़ा चेंज जो कॉर्पोरेट को छोड़ के आया वो यही आया कि मुझे अब टेक्नोलॉजी सीखनी है, कि अब एंड टेक्नोलॉजी की बहुत बड़ी डेफिनेशन है। देयर इज नॉट इवन वन। फॉर एग्जांपल, मैं फेसबुक पे नहीं था, मैं इंस्टा पे नहीं था कभी भी। नाउ आई हैव नोन कि व्हाट इज द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ बीइंग ऑन फेसबुक एंड इंस्टा एंड सो ऑन सो फोर्थ। सो आई थिंक वन थिंग दैट I can tell you guys, in whatever field you are, विकसित भारत, अमृत काल, बहुत सारी बातें हैं, बहुत सारी बातें कर सकते हैं, बट बॉस अगर सर्वाइवल चाहिए तो एक चीज हम सबको करनी है, वो है हमें सबको कहीं ना कहीं इन सम शेप ऑफ फॉर्मेट जो भी चीज हमें टच कर रही है इन टर्म्स ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजिकल चेंजेस, उसे सीखना पड़ेगा। उसे आंख बंद करेंगे तो वो काम नहीं चलने वाला। आई थिंक दैट्स द हार्ड लर्निंग दैट आई हैड। अब मैं सेक्टर्स की बात करूं अक्षय, कमिंग फ्रॉम द इन्वेस्टमेंट वर्ल्ड, BlackRock or BCG for that matter, we are very much, I've seen vested interest from the investors, from the people at large, from the companies at large, really spending good amount of time and money on how the manufacturing would be done in India. So manufacturing is gonna be taking a big time shift in India. And it is somewhat somewhere correlate to the fact that what our honorable prime minister really wants to do in India. So वो एक बहुत बड़ा सेक्टर होने वाला है। अब अब उसका एंसिलरी सेक्टर भी बहुत बड़ा है, कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, डायरेक्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग भी है और इनडायरेक्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग भी है, तो एक बहुत बड़ा एरिया है जो वहां टच होता है। एंड दैट समवेयर स्टेम्स ऑन टू द फैक्ट दैट स्किल एक बहुत बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर होने वाला है, लर्निंग एक बहुत बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर होने वाला है, बिकॉज काम तो हम ही से करवाएंगे, कहाँ जाएंगे, काम तो हम ही से करवाना है, राइट? मशीनें आएंगी लेकिन फिर भी चलाएंगे तो हम ही उसको। सो लर्निंग एक बहुत बड़ा एस्पेक्ट होने वाला है, एंड देन इट सर्कल डाउन टू द फैक्ट कि लर्निंग होनी है तो फिर एजुकेशन बहुत बड़ा एस्पेक्ट होने वाला है। तो मैं एजुकेशन में हूँ और मैं इस चीज को लेकर बहुत खुश होता हूँ कि कम वॉट में धंधा बंद नहीं होगा, कुछ भी होगा बट बंद नहीं होगा। सो दैट्स हाउ आई एम थिंकिंग अबाउट इट। सो to cut long story short, I don't know what I don't know in terms of what is 2047 is gonna be looking like, but one thing is for sure that सर्वाइव करना है तो टेक्नोलॉजी सीखनी है, हर एस्पेक्ट में सीखनी है जो आपको टच कर रही है। पेमेंट लेना सीखना है, पेमेंट करना सीखना है, तो फॉर एग्जांपल आई कैन टेल यू वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट चैलेंज दैट आई हैव राइट नाउ एट दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम इज कि मेरे आधे एक्सपेंसेस पेटीएम से हो जाते हैं, आधे मेरे यूपीआई से हो जाते हैं, थोड़े से बचते हैं तो मैं बैंक ट्रांसफर कर देता हूँ, कैश में मेरे मिनिमल होते हैं, एंड सो ऑन सो फोर्थ। गॉड नोज मैं इसको रिकंसाइल कैसे करूंगा ऑन मंथली बेसिस। डू आई हैव ए प्लेटफॉर्म अवेलेबल जिसको रिकंसाइल कर दे कि कि आपने इतने एक्सपेंसेस किए, इसकी अकाउंटिंग ऑटोमेटिक हो जाए, एंड सो ऑन सो फोर्थ। मुझे तो यहाँ पे एक अपॉर्चुनिटी लगती है जो बिग टाइम आने वाली है सबके लिए। अगेन आई एम जस्ट गिविंग ए स्टार्टअप आइडिया, बट बिग टाइम अपॉर्चुनिटी है सबके लिए, कि सबके लिए प्रॉब्लम है ये। हम दिन भर खर्चा करते हैं और मंथ के बाद हम सोचते हैं ये 2000 कहाँ दिए थे, 4000 कहाँ दिए थे, क्योंकि वो जो कमेंट लिख के दे रहा है ना वो किसी को समझ में नहीं आता है। जो पेटीएम वो कमेंट लिख के देता है 13478, भगवान जाने 13478 क्या है, who knows what that is, and then you can't really do anything. I struggle with my bank statements on daily basis. I'm sure most of you would be doing that. So think of we all are and I can say surrounded with the problems, and most of these problems are created by technology. So उसको समझना is a big time thing, and जिसने समझ लिया या ढूंढ लिया कोई रास्ता, that.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for that idea, sir. Very nice.
Krishan sir, you were saying something, sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to complement your thoughts further. So a couple of thoughts which were coming to my mind. Obviously, you have already put it in perspective that you spoke about learning, and then it is really very important for us to think about unlearning also, and then relearning, which is the future for all of us. In fact, if we look at the demographics of our country, we have got the best of the demographics across the world. The highest population of 1.42 billion. We are the #1 country in terms of population around the world, but we have got the youngest population around the world, which is 28.2, right? So which means that we are going to produce the future global leaders. So India can become the global leader. Bharat can be the global leader for future. So that's an opportunity for us. We can actually go ahead and actually manage various other countries wherein the age of people is going up. Like if you look at Japan, the manufacturing population is somewhere around 65 plus. That's the average age, right? You look at China, around 55, 56, and they are not growing in terms of population now, right? So think about it, that we will be obviously supporting the other countries, looking forward to giving them the best of the services and managing and leading those countries going forward. When we look at skills, yes, as Pankaj rightly mentioned, skills is a very, very important area. It is growing very fast, and by 2047 or whatever you might think about, say, when we are not there, beyond that, right? So say, for example, 2099 or 2100 also, skill is something which will be always there, required. And I think there'll be a lot of people who have to look forward to skilling themselves on a regular basis, because by the time we grow and we develop a skill, that skill gets obsolete, like technology, right? So that's really very important for us to upgrade and then further learn the newer things and go ahead and do things for our betterment. And that's the reason why, Pankaj, you mentioned about managing accounts, etc. And that's a skill, right? And I think learning accounting, learning about finance, learning about how we should be doing better for our own businesses is something which is really very important for all of us as an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not an entrepreneur like you, but yes, I use these techniques for my own benefit also. So I just thought of complimenting what Pankaj said. And yeah, Pankaj, these were really very important words from your side. So thank you so much. Yeah.
I think Aman wants to share something.
Sure.
Aman Jain, are you there?
Hello, hi.
Yeah, I think you want to share something about bank wala question ka.
Yes, yes, yes. There are such apps where you can merge all your accounts and check like all the expenses where it is in food or it is in something else. You can classify also them. And ICICI also providing one such app.
ICICI का यूज करता हूँ मैं अमन, बट मैं मेरा स्ट्रगल है उसके साथ. बट हैविंग सेड दैट, I understand. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
So anyone, any question or anything you want to know?
बहुत सही कहा आपने कि जो आप ICICI का करते हैं, यूज करते हैं, I am sure it gives you nightmares. So I think that there is an amount of opportunity available in this particular segment. Having said that, hi, this is Rajesh Pandey. I have a different take on the way things are going to be when we talk about 2047 or 2050. My understanding is that by 2050, the technology, or for that matter, the applications, the skills that we are talking about, these things are going to become, not present. In the sense, they will not be present in your life, yet they will automatically take care of things in your life.
Given.
So,
They will be given.
So, yeah, it will be just like given, yes. So when we talk about skills, newer skills will be needed, but then those skills do not have to be actually learned by people. People have to possibly just say the old way, beta, mere liye pani leke aa. So I think that is where I look at things going, and we all becoming more and more, fatter by the day. Some of us may, of course, like Vishal and other people who would continue to run and continue to keep themselves fit. But that is where I see this thing going. Having said that, there are a lot of opportunities, of course, in that area as well. So technology is going to be omnipresent. Technology is going to be everywhere. It's just that it will become much more easier. Yes, the opportunities that it gives to entrepreneurs like us is going to be immense. And immense. I'm saying this because, again, AI is going to be, the people say AI will take over. No, AI will not take over. We will be the ones, these entrepreneurs will be the one who will be actually running that AI at that point in time as well. So, that's my take on it.
And
we will have, yeah,
total agreement, sir. I have no denial on that. मैं ना एक पर्सपेक्टिव दूंगा सर, जो मैंने पर्सनल फ्रंट पे नोट किया है. हम लोग ना, and I'm more talking on this as an entrepreneur. जब हम लोग जॉब में होते थे ना सर, तो हम लोगों को ना एक ट्रेनिंग शेड्यूल होता था, या एक ट्रेनिंग अचीवमेंट दिखाना, राइट, कि मुझे ना इतनी ट्रेनिंग्स साल में करनी है और मुझे ये अचीव करना है. कुछ मेरे गोल्स में आ जाता था, कुछ मेरे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स में आ जाता था, तो मुझे करके दिखाना होता था. तो जस्ट बिकॉज आपको करके दिखाना होता है ना, तो आप कुछ सीख लेते हो. For example, I can, and just to quote, off late in BCG, I had a goal that I have to learn Tableau, Alteryx, and so on and so forth. तो मुझे गोल में था ना, तो मैंने उसको सीखा भी, मैंने उसको करा भी, इम्प्लीमेंट करने की कोशिश भी करी. जब हम एंटरप्रेन्योर बन जाते हैं ना सर, तो हमारे लिए ना सबसे ऊपर हो जाता है पैसा, सबसे ऊपर हो जाता है रेवेन्यू, बाकी सारी चीजें होती हैं बाद में. अब जब बाद में हो जाती है ना सर चीजें, तो ना वो बैक सीट ले लेती हैं. फिर हमारे ना लर्निंग पीछे चली जाती है, और प्रॉब्लम वहीं से शुरू होती है. क्योंकि सर एआई आप भी जानते हो, मैं भी जानता हूं, चैट जीपीटी आप भी सुन रहे हो, मैं भी सुन रहा हूं, बट हमने कभी चैट जीपीटी से फायदा उठाने की कोशिश करी है? आई एम श्योर 25 बंदे होंगे तो 5 ने जरूर करी होगी, बट वो बाकी 20 क्या नहीं जानते हैं सर, बट टाइम ही नहीं है किसी के पास. प्रॉब्लम ये है सर, हम अपने में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करते हैं. और वहीं से प्रॉब्लम शुरू होता है। बिकॉज मैं जो आपसे चीज कह रहा था ना कि टेक्नोलॉजी को सीखना जरूरी है, हम सुन तो सारे हैं, इंस्टाग्राम पे आप स्वाइप करना शुरू हो गए ना तो 20 तो सिखाने के लिए चीजें आ जाती हैं, लेकिन हम फिर स्वाइप ही करते हैं, हम डिटेल में नहीं आते हैं वहां। क्योंकि सर हमारे पास, हम पहले अपना कस्टमर देखें, पहले अपना सेल देखें हम मंथली वो अचीव कर रहे हैं नहीं कर रहे, वो सैलरी निकाल पा रहे हैं नहीं पा रहे जो हमें देनी है, हमारा खर्चा निकल रहा है नहीं निकल रहा, हम उससे बाहर नहीं आ पा रहे। सो माई पॉइंट इज दैट मे बी, एंड आई एम स्टिल लर्निंग, आई एम नॉट सेइंग आई एम द बेस्ट इन इट, बट अब मैं शायद कोशिश करने लगा हूं कि मुझे दिन के 30 मिनट्स ना अपनी सेल्फ इन्वेस्टमेंट करनी है, कुछ तो सीखना है, which can make me better, to handle this.
Perfect. Well, that's really important and very, very important. Truly said. Very, very important.
I think now, because of time limit, we are taking one last question from Mr. Shanil Kothari.
Acha, before we go there, Shraddha ma'am, pranam. Since ma'am is there, I have to say, namaste to ma'am.
Hello, Pankaj ji. How are you?
I'm very good, ma'am. Good, glad to see
you.
you.
Hear patron of education industry, actually.
Good to see you, ma'am.
Yeah, hi. So I just wanted to ask, I'm sorry, but Shanil is asking a question, but let Shanil
go ahead.
Yeah. Otherwise, I just wanted to ask Pankaj ji, how do you see and reimagining the future of education industry with these changes? Because lots of changes are happening in education sector, and the competition which is coming from having a offshore campuses now in India. I think this technology will really create a lot of competitiveness amongst the Indian campuses also. So what do you see, and how the competitiveness is required in education sector and universities to change?
Good, ma'am. Thanks for keeping me, putting me on spot. One thing that I can tell you, which has somewhat somewhere, I have reckoned that as a fact, is कि अब आगे जाके क्लासरूम्स नहीं होंगे, ये तो पक्का से है कि वो नहीं होने वाले। तो जो मेरे वर्चुअल क्लासरूम्स होंगे ना, उसमें मैं कैसे जनरेट करूंगा सिनर्जीज जो मेरी फेस टू फेस कनेक्ट में आती थी, मैं कैसे वो लर्निंग का आउटपुट निकालूंगा, कैसे मैं वो पीयर टू पीयर लर्निंग लेके आऊंगा, कैसे मैं वो कनेक्ट बनाऊंगा जो मेरा कनेक्ट एक टीचर के साथ होता था, दैट इज गोना बी द गेम चेंजर, एज वी गो फॉरवर्ड। एंड व्हाइल वी आर टॉकिंग, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि एक बहुत बड़ा बिजनेस स्ट्रीम ना इसमें निकल के आएगा कि आप अपनी आंखों को कैसे बचाएंगे। मैं अपने बच्चों से कई बार बोलता हूँ कि बॉस, वन थिंग दैट somebody has to work in this world is कि मैं, जो मेरे बच्चे हैं ना, मैं ये जो होने वाला है आने वाले 25 साल 30 साल 40 साल 50 साल में, मैं चलो हमारी तो उम्र निकल गई सदा मैम, वी हैव रीच्ड ऑन टू द स्टेज कि चश्मा लगना इज ओके, बट आज बच्चा 3rd में 4th में 5th में चश्मा लगा के घूम रहा है, एंड lot of that goes to the mobile that all of us have given to the kid and so on and so forth. तो एक बिजनेस ये जनरेट जरूर होगा आगे जाके कि अपने बच्चों को कुछ ऐसा आएगा जो अपने बच्चों की आंखों को, आपके बच्चों की आंखों को बचाएगा, एंड so on and so forth.
The blue screen
कुछ तो होने वाला है, कुछ तो होगा
now.
हाँ, तो कुछ होगा ऐसा जो कुछ बोलेगा आगे आके कि ऐसा भी कुछ हो सकता है। अब मैं अगर एजुकेशन की बात करूं तो आई डोंट हैव कि वो सोल्यूशन क्या होने वाला है, बट मुझे इतना पता है कि वी आर हेडिंग टू इट, इनटू अ डायरेक्शन की, मैं आपको क्लासिकल एग्जांपल देता हूं। हमारे पास क्लास में एंड करंट वी रजिस्टर्ड 35 स्टूडेंट्स फॉर वन ऑफ द करिकुलम, ऑल वांटेड फेस टू फेस, ओनली 1 स्टूडेंट गेट्स इनटू द क्लासरूम, 34 आर टेकिंग द क्लास फ्रॉम होम। फेस टू फेस का पैसा देके भी वो क्लास में नहीं आना चाहता, एंड दिस इज गोना बी, अब ये स्कूल में कब होगा, या क्या स्कूल भी इस पैटर्न में चला जाएगा नहीं जाएगा, गॉड ओनली नोज, बट द वे वी आर फोरसीइंग ये चीजें, अब वी विल वोंट बी सरप्राइज कि स्कूल भी ऐसा हो आगे जाके। एक स्कूल तो है जो कॉमन स्कूल है जहां हमारे बच्चे जाते हैं, एक दूसरा स्कूल का स्ट्रीम आ गया जहां बच्चे नहीं जाते हैं, और वो 80% चीपर है, और उसमें ये प्लसेस हैं, ये चीजें हैं, एंड सो ऑन सो फोर्थ। तो गॉड नोज वो होगा या नहीं होगा, बट द वे वी आर गोइंग ये पक्का से होगा। एंड वो उसकी भी अलग से एक डिग्री हुआ करेगी, फिर उसकी वैल्यू होगी नहीं होगी, क्या प्लसेस होंगे क्या माइनसेस होंगे, बट that's gonna be the future. We may accept it or we may not accept it, but that's gonna be the key. That's gonna be, because अभी ग्रेड और पोस्ट ग्रेड लेवल पे तो कॉमन हो गया, स्कूल लेवल पे स्टिल इट इज अनकॉमन, राइट? स्टिल हमें लगता है बच्चे जाएं, जान छोड़ें, स्कूल जाएं, एंड सो ऑन सो फोर्थ. But that's gonna be the future, I think. Who knows, ma'am, in terms of how it will unfold.
Shanil, go ahead. Mr. Shanil, are you there?
I'm very
शनिल
good. Thank you.
नाराज हो गए मेरे से? नहीं, मैं जवाब दे के जाऊंगा शनिल.
नहीं. अभी तो हमारे पास आपके कोऑर्डिनेट्स और कॉन्टैक्ट्स भी होंगे, मैं जवाब लेके रहूंगा आपसे. Anyways, thank you so much for the wonderful session. हम यहाँ पे थोड़ा लर्निंग की बात कर रहे हैं और entrepreneurs के बीच में बात कर रहे हैं. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि the things which we entrepreneurs, Indian entrepreneurs lack is finding the relevant data about the industry and working accordingly. The macroeconomics and then the micro steps we take forward to be part of that macroeconomics, which is gonna be. So, for example, आप consulting industry से हैं, so every decision is a data-driven decision. ये ऐसा मैं assume कर रहा हूँ, ऐसा होता होगा, which is very essential. मतलब that is how we assume that what industry would be and what are the things which will be coming up, and then we devise the solution today for those future happenings. So my sincere question and request is to know that ये जो data होते हैं, ये जो reports होती हैं, ये बहुत easily accessible होती नहीं है, या फिर ये बहुत costly होती हैं for a mid-sized business to or a small-sized business to have. So is there any way these reports can be taken in some subsidized fashion or some way jahan se this can be access to the people, and then the businesses can be run accordingly, and then I hope you got my point.
Yes. I'm not surprised, that that this came up, because whosoever is into the entrepreneurship and somewhere touches the masses, for them the data is the key, because data ke bina invest kahan karna hai, kitna karna hai, kab karna hai, everything goes for a toss. So I'm not absolutely not surprised by this. The only I would say relief I can tell you, by sharing this is that पहले क्या होता था कि many of the things were unseen and unspoken. For example, I can tell you, let's say XYZ company came to us, and I'm not naming for confidentiality purpose. XYZ company came to us and they were launching a car, and they were like contemplating which state they should be putting in their their money, and which from which state they should be like manufacturing, and which state they should be delivering, and which state they should pick up first for sale, and so on and so forth. And we as an organization did what we did in terms of really telling them that this is what it is gonna be. When we extracted the data, there was the problem with the Indian context is, and I'm not just saying this in the in the broader capacity, but I'm saying more of in my personal capacity, is that the problem is that there is no single source of truth in a country as far as the data is concerned. So you have to approach various forums and various platforms to extract and then make some sense out of it. Some of it is free, and you can certainly get into it by Googling out various things and getting onto that particular state as much as possible. And some of that is not free. And there are big firms who are really playing that and maintaining that big data. But the fact of the life is that over last 4 to 5 years of time, there are many small players who have got into data gathering, and they also do some specific researches for you. And those researches are not BCG researches, which will charge you like crazy money. These researchers are the niche and the new technologist who are extracting the data on ongoing basis from various sources, and they're providing you in a very decent and a cheaper way, if I may use that word. Sorry for that word, but in a very affordable way. So there are various firms that are being available. You can certainly, and we can talk upon that in a on a personal front. I can really name few in terms of who these firms are. You can reach out to them. They also can help you. But one thing that I have learned more from the consulting world is that we think that these consulting organization has some khajana Alibaba ka, but they don't have. They are also struggling the same way what you're struggling. It is not that, but the only thing is that they have money to spend on 10 sources and get the data ASAP, which you may not have. But the research that you would do or their consultant will do is going to be the same. So there is no difference as such. I can tell you, I've seen, and there is a guy who is right now based out in London. He started off a project in India, on something like this, in terms of the data gathering. He's an ex-BCG. He floated on his own firm. Now he stopped, he closed that firm and now he's again joined a job. The biggest problem that he also shared was that single source of truth ही नहीं है. तो मैं कौन सा डेटा कैसे लेके आऊं, मुझे नहीं समझ में आता है. तो वो एक चैलेंज है हमारे डेटाबेस में. बट आई थिंक द वे वी आर प्रोग्रेसिंग, शायद ये प्रॉब्लम आने वाले 5-10 साल में नहीं रहे, हमें शायद हम बेटर हो जाएं. बट हाँ, स्ट्रेट अवे आंसर नहीं है मेरे पास इसका, which I can really tell you, Shanil, that this is what it is. But I can name few firms to you. Let's talk offline on this. I can name few firms to you who are doing this.
Yes,
Guys,
yes,
we'll
we'll talk
share
about
mail ID. We'll share mail ID of Pankaj sir, so you can easily connect him, and he will definitely help you guys. So moving forward, I request President of EDI Alumni Association, Mr. Mayur Thakkar, to give vote of thanks.
Thank you, Shraddha. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, today's
Mukti
lecture
will.
was particularly interested to me because from the background Pankaj is coming, from that background, getting into entrepreneurship is quite challenging and the opportunity cost is pretty high. So, Krishanji, thank you for helping us with such a speaker. So now we have an example in front of us that if a person wants to be an entrepreneur, he still can be an entrepreneur living his cozy management consulting job. So, that's it. Second thing, you said it very rightly about the truthfulness of data or the single source of data or the validated data. Because I read somewhere that if your one leg is in 0-degree ice and your second leg is in 90-degree boiling water, so average temperature should be 45 degrees. So otherwise, it is okay to be in 45 degrees, but both your legs will suffer extreme conditions. So this is how data can be misinterpreted. Then about the future of education, I believe, as you said it correctly, when the manufacturing sector will come into India and when India as a country will focus on quality manufacturing, the companies in India will invest in getting the skill upgradation of their team members. Right now, what happens that if I'm an entrepreneur, if I am in a corporate and my whatever I produce is sold in India, I am not depending on export market or an international company is not competing with me. As an entrepreneur, I say okay, quality improvement is a cost center, so let's not touch it. But when quality improvement will become part of the business, I'm sure the entrepreneur will understand and they will invest into it. And I foresee it very much happening. And I think with the government of India is also supporting the MSME entrepreneurs with the subsidies or grants in terms of improving their quality or quality initiatives, which many of the MSME owners, if they know, they will start taking the advantage of that. So, I want to thank the speaker, Krishanji, for getting us the speaker. And, we had a very good and, intellectual discussion today. And it was not a discourse, It was more of a discussion. So I thank you for that, and I thank all my alumni for taking out time on a working day and attending the session. And thank you, Akshay and Mukti ji, for coordinating the event.
Thank you very much, Mayur sir, and thank you the students sitting over there from and joined from classroom. And now I request our youngest team member, Mr. Bajaj, to take charge for next session, that is business networking.
Thank you for again saying me Mr. Bajaj. It gives me a little pride. So yes. Yes, sir. So, Pankaj, sir, that was a great session. And every time in Entreplexus, after the session, we have this business networking session where our alumni participate and present their business. They showcase among the whole alumni community that is spread across India and other nations. And then comes the magic of business collaborations among each other. So, yes, we won't say you to leave. Please be a part and please witness the magic. So, yes, the forum is open for business presentations. And if I have the alums here. So on first, I would like to invite Mr. Bhairav Patel from 5th batch. He's from Baroda. Bhairav sir, please, if you could share your screen.
Okay, thank you, Akshay. I'll just share my screen. Okay, good evening, everyone. Are you seeing my screen?
It is visible.
I'm Bhairav Patel, EDI 5th batch, and director of Ambuja Fabricators Private Limited. I am bringing here my product for my brand, which is Rishabh. So my product is stand type digital TV product display unit. So this is we are offering three types of units. One is the L type, which is a low cost model. It's a stand which has a TV in it, and we provide customized logo on metal plate in this type. Our second model is the R type, which is a roller based model. So it is a you can take it anywhere around at your place and place it at different places in the room. It has got rollers in it, so you can do it. Another feature in it is that it's a full touch screen, sorry, not touch screen, but it's a full toughened glass from top to bottom, and logo is imprinted on the glass itself. And the third, which unfortunately I don't have a photo, is the S-type model, which is a fusion of both these models, where you get a full-size touchscreen with logo, toughened glass with logo, but instead of roller stand, you get the normal stand in this. So we are offering 8 models in 3 TV sizes, the 43-inch, 50-inch, and the 55-inch. And these are the main features. Now, who can who can use this product? So mainly any place of business where there are there's a where people come and go, it is very useful. You can advertise your products on the TV and your logo gets LED illuminated, so you can easily people can see and get your logo in their minds. So basically, showroom brands, franchises, hospitals, hotels, architects, petrol pumps, banks, gaming zones, everybody can use these type of products. And trade show, we are planning for trade shows and stall development agencies. We are also planning to provide the L-type model on rental basis, which we are planning to start around January. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for presenting about your products and the applications. And if anyone wants to connect with Mr. Bhairav Patel, we'll share the contact with you. And now the next we have Mr. Vihar Shah from 17th batch.
Just to stop you in between, Akshay, I'll be logging off, guys. Thank you very much for having me here. And I'm there on LinkedIn, so if any case anybody wants to get connected, please feel free. We'll be more than happy to touch base. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pankaj.
Thank you.
Yeah, so can we please have Mr. Vihar Shah?
Can I share my screen?
Yes, please go ahead.
In the meanwhile, Bhairav's product is quite useful to the people who are in the retailing industry. And those alumni who have their own manufacturing or their own retail shop, I think should get in connect with Bhairav. Bhairav, in the meanwhile, if you can share your number in the chat box, that will be fine.
Yeah, sure, Mayur bhai. Thank you. Basically, this product, the market that I have seen is immense. You name the sector, you'll have the use for this product in each and every sector. I'll share my number in the chat box.
Done, sirs. So please also share the PPT with me on personal WhatsApp DM. I'll share with the alumni in the group. Yes. Mr. Vyasha, if you are here. Mr. Vyasha, you are on mute. Could you please unmute and share the status?
Did you see the screen? Wait a second. Oh. I think there is some issue with regards to wait a second.
Okay, so meanwhile, should I take another presentation?
Yeah, you can
until you solve the glitch. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And you can share the presentation to Akshay also, in case Akshay will run it for you.
yeah. So next up we have Mr. Kankshit Modi. Kankshit sir, if you could please present.
Hi Akshay, can I present after one presentation? If you can just give me a heads up.
Okay, no issues. So next up we have Mr. Richin Jose. If you are here, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen? Yeah. So my company is Buzzes. So I'm the co-founder and CEO of Buzzes. I'll just quickly run through what are the problems that we are solving, maybe quickly. So in terms of garment manufacturing, we have high MOQ. There's unsold inventory and cash flow problem because of high inventory, then overproduction. So in terms of that, we are mainly focusing on the fashion industry. So in terms of standard sizes, the fashion industry takes a one-size-fits-all approach, but people come in different body shapes and sizes. And then the other thing is that there are too many choices out there in terms of online. So it's tedious and confusing, and then majority are not a fashion style, majority of the customers. And when it comes to work environment, garment industry is known for harsh working conditions, long working hours, and low pay. So what we are Buzzes is a AI-powered B2B fashion brand that provides end-to-end fashion solution that simplify and empower D2C fashion companies to build a new age brand. So I'll just quickly run through the solutions that we are providing. So for garment manufacturing.
Arjun, sorry to interrupt. Could you please refresh your screen? It's hanged and showing my face on your desktop.
Just one second.
Our speaker has said that we all have to learn the technology.
Is my screen visible now?
Yeah, perfectly.
Yeah. So we provide on-demand manufacturing for fashion brands. So there is no MOQ, there is low inventory risk, and it's better for the planet because less wastage of inventory based on the exact demand of your products we manufacture for you. So in terms of sizes, we provide made-to-measure clothing. So we celebrate every individual, and based on the exact individual of the exact size of the individual, we'll be able to manufacture made-to-measure clothing for fashion brands. So where we stitch the clothes, we take the measurement, and we ship clothes on behalf of the fashion brands, mainly targeting D2C fashion. So in terms of the other option that we provide is we again provide a AI-powered fashion stylist where we recommend clothes for the customers based on the input that we seek from the customers in terms of body type, their skin color, all those recommendations. So again, it improves the conversion rate of fashion brands because now you are recommending clothes that exactly is a perfect fit, perfect for the customers. So, and in terms of work environment, so we have buildings like office. Our office has high ceiling, natural light throughout the day, and we provide 5 days work week, 8 hours a day, and flexible hours. So this is for blue collar workers, not for white collar workers.
Rachin bhai, your only screen is visible, not PPT or anything.
Is it fine now? Is it better? Okay, let me, I think that's 1 second. So yeah, so these are the set of solutions that we provide on-demand manufacturing, made to measure clothing, fashion stylist work environment. So our mission is to empower D2C fashion brands to build a new age brand in a socially and environmentally responsible way. So apart from the solutions that I mentioned, we also provide fashion designing, fashion marketing, and multi-brand online and offline store for fashion brands. So what we are looking for is basically like partnerships with fashion brands, D2C fashion brands, as well as education institutions, corporates, for in terms of making hoodies, t-shirts, and suits. So other is we are in the process of raising our seed funding as well. So in case if you know any angel investors or micro VCs, it will be more than helpful for us. Yeah, thank you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. That's it. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Rachin bhai, since your PPT or the things weren't appearing on the screen, could you please share that with me on personal DM? I'll send on the group with everyone.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Thank you. And next up, VR by just a minute, I'm sharing that screen. Yeah, I have that. Let me share my screen now.
Yeah, hi Akshay. I'm fine to take up the next share.
Okay. So next up, first I'll request Kangshit Modi sir, and then we can use it. Mr. Kangshit Modi from 12th batch. Sir, please go on.
I believe Akshay, you have the presentation with you.
Okay, I'll check this out.
Good evening, EDI alumni. I'm Kangshit Modi from 2011 batch pass out. It's great to be back on this online profile sharing and connection network, which we all started 2 years back. Good going, Akshay and the team. Yeah. Not so good going, Akshay.
Yes. Now, how about is it visible?
It is visible. You can just press Control L.
Okay.
Get into a full screen mode.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Akshay. So I'm Kangshit Modi, batch pass out of 2011 batch of EDI. Currently, I'm having 3 business verticals. One is Pastalio, which I started back in 2012. It is a pasta brand. We serve pan-India Horeca channels, and we are growing in the B2C market. Can you press next, Akshay, please? We have a range of pasta in our brand, probably the widest range which we have in India. Regular durum wheat pasta, no maida, very healthy to have for all ages, for all children, even for dieting people who are dieting. So please feel free to get our pastas from Amazon, Big Basket, and if you're in Gujarat, then you can find them in any nearby stores of Oshia, right, and Reliance as well. Next, please, Akshay. My second business vertical is IFE Foods. where we do food and beverage distribution. We are listed vendors in Amazon as a prime reseller, Big Basket, Oshia, and Reliance also we cover across Gujarat. So if anyone wants to grow their food product or food beverage sales in Gujarat or in Ahmedabad, you can feel free to connect me. We can really help you out on that. Yeah, next please, Akshay. Yes. So Story Design is a recent new association that I've got involved into. Story Design is a company based in Noida. It's a company which is about 10 years old. I am leading the brand strategy division with Story Design, but Story Design has a strong portfolio in product design, packaging design, and brand strategy, all three very strong portfolio. Product design is something which is very unique for the markets, and we have a team of IIT, MIT pass outs, and NIFT pass outs who work with different category of projects and products. We have a strong portfolio in electronic appliances product design. In packaging design also, we have worked with strong national brands like Panvilas, Nestle, etc. And we are growing strong on brand strategy. If anyone wants to get in touch for any of these services, feel free to call me. Next, Akshay, please. Yeah, so this is me, Kangshit Modi. These are my three business verticals: food, distribution, and brand strategy, product design. Thank you, Akshay. Guys, feel free to contact me.
Thank you so much, Kangshit sir.
Yeah, Akshay, yeah.
So anyone who wants pasta and all these services, then please contact Kangshit sir very soon. So
thank you, Akshay. Yeah.
So next up we have Mr. Vihar Shah. I'll again share my screen.
Hi everyone. This is. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Hi everyone. This is Bihar Shah, from batch 17. Passed out year is 2016. So taking a leaf out of our speakers' insight about new age manufacturing, which is going to come big in India, which is also our national policy push. So new age manufacturing requires new age technology and also new way of procuring things. So motionary.market is one of our initiatives where we are trying to digitize how industrial, especially heavy industrial products like bearings and other raw materials like steel and other raw materials are procured through digital medium, because right now there is a lot of friction in the way things are procured, especially for MSMEs. There is very less transparency in terms of pricing. There is a lot of friction between the vendors as well as the end users, which is why we are trying to revamp the way industrial hardware specifically is procured by MSMEs in India. And yes, our way of going about is digital. So hope to scale this on a bigger level.
Where do you want me to run to any page or scroll down?
No, nothing.
So I'll share this link, or could you please share this link in the comment
Well,
section?
I shared in the group. Yeah.
Motionary.market. So whoever is looking for bearings, so please you can connect with Vihar Bhai to understand more about this market.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vihar Bhai. So I think 3 presentations are done. So do we have any other alumni who wants to showcase his business to the alumni community?
And alumni, if without presentation also want to speak, can they speak?
Yeah, so if presentations aren't there, then yes, we can start the informal discussion and we can close the formal one. Anurup, you have raised your hand
Yes.
to present or
Yes, sir. I have a presentation.
okay, the same one.
No, I have just made some changes, what new I'm looking for, and like what something different I'm looking for this time.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just sharing you up, sir.
You can please share your screen. if possible?
Actually, that it's not WhatsApp. That's why I tried also previously, but that's why
Okay.
like I'm sharing you on WhatsApp. Will it be okay?
Yeah, please share it. I'll download it and share. In the meanwhile, Anurup, you can give a brief intro of your business until the presentation starts.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so like everyone here knows, like so my business is all about like ecotourism. In this we provide like mostly accommodation to our guests in like different places. And now I have started some now I'm looking for some countries also. So I have acquired like some one country like Malaysia, so not Malaysia, like Thailand also and Maldives also. And now I'm looking for European region and some other countries also. And the most important part in this time, I want to say that I'm looking for a platform where I can add my data so that I can get some leads from that platform and some and to enter into the market, because right now like I have not made website. We are making we're in the process of making it, but till now I want to make add on my data on that platform or portal. So so that I can come on the market. Yes.
Anurup is into more of an experience-based traveling for the people, and he's very, this is his recent startup, couple of months back, which he has started, right?
Yes.
So he also moved from a corporate job into an entrepreneurship. So that's good. And I believe with the per capita GDP or the income of people rising in India, the trend of people going for, experiential tours or vacations will increase, I think so.
Yes, and yeah, just yes, please, sir. You can go let's start from second side only. Yeah, so like farmhouse villas and different bungalows also, like which is like outskirts of the cities and all. This is I already said in earlier. Can you just move to next slide, sir? Next slide, please, sir. Yeah, so the currently the places I have like is Goa, Kerala, Kashmir, Daryabad, and Tamil Nadu also, which include four places: Ooty, Kurnool, Kotagiri, and Ayurvantur. This is all are like nature related places. And in Daman and Silvassa, where I used to say like stay since near 20 years. And like Gir and Thailand also I have started. And moreover, we are planning to expand in the Maldives and some more like Meghalaya and Kasol also. Yeah. Yeah, you just the next slide, please.
Anurup, you can like use any language that you feel comfortable in. The forum is open. And
Yeah, next slide, please.
yes, please.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a sample where what are the adventures we provide with this accommodation also. We provide like houseboat adventure in Kerala, and like in this is this is jungles riverside jungle lunch or dinner in Daryabad also, and it is Ooty and Kunuru places. So in every city we provide different different kind of experience and all in every places. Yeah, next slide. Yes, so like my as I already said earlier, previously also, like my target audience will be like mostly B2B and corporate also, because now in the upcoming months, like when the month of like April or May will come, it will be most of like vacations only, because people go with their families on mostly on that time only, April and May. Yeah, and like for that, the third point I've said in the previous link, for the platform, I'm looking to show all the data for bookings and queries. So I know that I can get the leads from Instagram and LinkedIn also, from small paid promotion also. But like I want to I'm looking for a that platform where I can add my data also, like an example of Airbnb also. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, so like this is how everyone is most welcome to contact me. Like this is my email address, WhatsApp, and like our LinkedIn and Instagram profile. Whoever is having any like any query and whoever wants to like looking for a like tie up and all, they are most welcome to join with me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anurup. I'll share your PPT on the group. I have
Yeah,
an inquiry for you, so I'll share with you.
sure, sir.
Now I think those people who registered for the presentation, the chances are done. So the forum is, let us leave the forum open for informal discussions. The session is officially over. May I pause the recording, Mukti ma'am?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.